prayed. I researched. Please do not interrupt me. Thank you. I prayed. I did research. I talked to people. It wasn't just a decision that I thought of in my mind and said, you know what, that's what I'm running with. I thought about it. It kept me up at night. I couldn't sleep. I'd wake up and I'm thinking about it. And then on Sunday, I got a phone call after going to church, because I went to church because I needed to be in the house of the Lord for him to talk to me about what he wanted me to do. And after I got home from church, I got a phone call from my cousin's child's mother asking me to get to Lawrence Hospital because they had been in a car accident. And I got there expecting to find my brother laid up in a hospital bed, but okay. And then the doctor notified me that my cousin didn't make it, and he was in a car accident with his 18-year-old son in the car. And his son was rushed to Westchester Medical Center and was having to have emergency surgery. And that very moment put this all in perspective for me. I wish that I could vote for 4 more years of my cousin's life. We're fighting about something that is not going to end our lives. But I still took it seriously. So much so, my cousin's son did not know that his father didn't make it in that accident on Sunday. And because he had to have emergency surgery, we withheld that information from him. And he knew that I was the one that went to check on his dad after the accident. So when I walked in the room, he said, Auntie Keisha, is my dad okay? And I looked him in the eyes and I said, mm-hmm. And he said, are you telling me the truth? And I almost broke because I knew that I was lying to him and his father was dead. But instead, I said, focus on your surgery and we'll talk about it later. So on yesterday, his mom was telling him that his father was dead, and I was listening to you all. So if you don't think I care about you and your opinion, please know that I put you before my own family and telling my cousins that I don't need your sympathy, but what I do need is my family. And I realized then that there is nothing more important, not a term limit. Death is a term limit. That's the ultimate term limit. All of this can be done and undone. Death cannot be undone. So I ask you all, as passionate as you are, we may disagree, we may agree. I am the only person on this council that represents the entire city. So it's a harder task because I'm tasked with representing the interests of you all. I went so far as to have a conversation with my 16-year-old son when taking him to school because I just wanted input, asking everyone how you felt about it. And we had an insightful conversation. And I still sit here tonight, not sure, but I wanted to speak up because so many people have spoken their own narrative because I have been silent. So thank you, Ms. Parker, for having the conversation with me today and saying to speak my truth. I am not going to be a judge in January. I am an attorney. That is, of course, a dream of mine. But why would I walk away from something that I worked so hard for just last year? It doesn't make sense. But that's the narrative that people were in because they expect you to sell your soul. I'm never selling my soul. I will work for anything, not to be council president, not to be a municipal housing authority employee, because the only title that matters to me in this world is mom. People said I was selling my vote for my husband to be a cop. Like my husband works at a supermarket or has some trivial job. My husband is a corrections officer and has been for 7 years. He's worked for New York State Corrections. Right now he works for Westchester County Corrections. Oh, yes. He's been through the hardest academy in New York State. Okay? He doesn't need a job, he has a career. My husband would be in uniform right now. There's no way I would vote for something that I have to wait for. My husband took the test last year when it was available like anyone else could have taken the exam. My husband passed that exam before I was council president. I'm not selling my vote for a job to come down the line. If I'm selling my vote, I want it now. I'm not selling my vote for $1. At the end of my name is Esquire. So the next time you refer to me as Little Black Puppet, put Little Black Puppet Esquire. Last night people said, how do you sleep at night? Honey, I haven't. My cousin is dead. I've been up crying every night. So to answer your question, I haven't slept. But be mindful, be graceful when you ask these questions, because at the end of the day, we are humans. And I ask you to give us grace. You said we should be ashamed of ourselves. You're disappointed in us. And I thought about that for a minute and said, you know what? The only person this side of heaven that I'm concerned about being disappointed in me is my son Justin. Anyone else, your opinion is just that, an opinion. I will do what I feel is ethical, what I feel is right, because that law license, I'm still paying for it in student loans. So I'm not willing to jeopardize it, not for anyone else whose name is not Justin Cruz. Understand? So I wanted to explain my narrative because people have run with so much, and you can believe it or you cannot. But I'm being truthful and I'm not reading from a script. I'm speaking from my heart because I want you to know that I mean what I say. I say all of that. In 1994, we talked about the voters voted for. I lived through desegregation. I moved to the east side from Cottage Place Gardens. Yes, Cottage Place Gardens. The council president from Cottage Place Gardens. CCP from CPG. Yes, I sure enough came from college. And that fire is still in me, so watch him come for me. Understand? Your vote, but what I do know is that what you see in front of you is not always the truth. The song Those Smiling Faces Sometimes Tell Lies. Watch those faces that you trust and believe, because it's not always what it seems. So the reason why I'm voting the way I'm voting is because I see what I see. If the mayor gets a 4th term, you have the opportunity to go into that booth and vote him out.